The response to this video has been amazing. I've really enjoyed reading through and responding to your comments, and it's clear that the customer service has stolen the show. A lot of people have asked me whether or not this is a typical customer service experience from Tesla, or if Jim and the raincoat-clad team of roof repairmen are a unique butterfly. My response has always been that I can only speak from my own experience. And without a doubt, there must be stories out there about negative customer service experiences with Tesla. Like, no company is perfect, right? But so far, speaking from my experience this far, if Jim and the roof repairmen are really unique butterflies, then Tesla only hires unique butterflies, I guess. I'm about to tell you another story about what Tesla did for me when my Model S had a flat tire. We were remodeling our home in San Diego, which is like where the whole story about Tesla solar panels comes from. That was all during the remodel. And I was making regular trips to Home Depot and loading up. And this time, I had loaded up some concrete. And the concrete is extremely heavy. How heavy is a bag of concrete?
I found this on the web.
80. Wow, they really are 80 pounds. Okay. Yeah, so probably 4 80-pound bags of concrete. And I was pulling out of the Home Depot parking lot, ready to go into this very congested intersection, and my back right tire went over the lip of the curb. I could instantly tell that it had caused a flat, and I pulled over at the very next parking lot that I could get into, which was a Honda dealership. Parked the car, got out, kicking myself because I probably overloaded the Tesla. But under warranty, Tesla has roadside assistance covered. So I get on my phone and I call Tesla. Hi, yeah, I'm pulled over at the such and such location, and it looks like I've got a flat tire, and I'm wondering how the roadside assistance program works. What can you do for me? Well, so what we can do is we can have somebody come out there and they can bring you a loaner tire, and then we'll set up an appointment for you to come in and have your tire repaired or replaced. And through this conversation that I learned that a lot of new cars these days don't come with a spare tire, because what happens is people often put the spare tire on and then they never change it. So this is why Tesla is willing to offer a loaner tire until you can come in and get your actual tire repaired or replaced. But unfortunately for me, it meant that I couldn't just jack my car and replace it with a spare. I had to depend on somebody to come out and help me, which is not a feeling that I'm accustomed to when I'm driving, but it is what it is. Like, what do you do? Okay, so after I asked my questions about why there isn't a spare tire in the car, we finally get to the point of when somebody can show up. And I ask, how long is it going to be until somebody gets here? And they say, well, there's a lot of traffic right now, and it looks like my closest guy could probably get there in about 2 hours. Is that okay? I don't really see what choice I have. I guess I'll just wait. Thanks. All right, so now I am stuck in my car for 2 hours. And I start thinking about all of the ways that I could possibly solve this problem on my own. Before I can do anything, I get a call from Tesla. Hey, guess what? We've got some great news. It looks like we've got somebody else who's available, and they are only about an hour away. So is that going to work for you? Okay, so my wait time went from 2 hours to 1 hour. Like, what am I going to say? It's... All right. No, what? How? Of course. I only have to wait an hour now. So now it's like, okay, well, you know what? An hour's not so bad. I'd sit here, wait for an hour. So now I'm getting out my phone and I'm blogging or something. I'm just killing time until somebody gets here. 5 minutes passes. I get another call from Tesla. Okay, I've got another update for you. So we actually have a new service. It's our mobile tire replacement and repair service. This service is actually new in San Diego. It looks like you will be the first San Diego customer that they'll be serving, but they are 20 minutes away. And when they arrive, they'll be able to either fix or replace your tire on the spot. Mobile tire repair service. I've never heard of mobile tire repair service. They'll fix and replace my tire. What about the loaner? Oh no, you won't have to get a loaner because they'll just fix it on the spot. In fact, you can even cancel your service appointment because there will be no need to come in. You'll either have your tire fixed or replaced on the spot in 20 minutes. Okay, we just went from 2 hours to 1 hour, and now we're at 20 minutes to wait with mobile tire and repair service that I've never even heard of that. And they're going to fix or replace my tire on the spot so I can just cancel the appointment. And he's asking me, does that work for you? Yeah, that's okay. Yes, that works for me. Of course that works for me. Say yes. Send them. Thank you, please. So I'm standing at the curb of the Honda dealership and I'm looking at this busy intersection for probably what's going to be a big van with a Tesla logo on it. And I get a call from a guy named Joe. And Joe's like, what's up? And I'm like, hey, how are you doing? Where are you parked? I tell him where. He's like, oh, look, I'm over here. I look, oh, there he is, Joe. You know, waving him over. Okay. He pulls up. It's this huge, like, future-looking van thing. It's brand new. They told me on the phone that I was the first San Diego customer, so, like, I guess I should be surprised that it's brand new and sparkly and shiny, but it looks great, all right? So Joe gets out and he introduces me to his associate, who's like the repair guy. He's like, okay, so this is, I don't remember what the other guy's name is. His name, I was going to say Jim. Okay, I'll use a different name. His name is Bruce, okay? So he's like, okay, this is Bruce, and Bruce is going to like take care of your tire for you. He's going to do all of that, but while you're waiting, could I get you some coffee, a tea, a water? We got some pretzels, peanuts. And I'm going, this is a van. And he's like, no, well, it is a van, but we have all of these things. I just figured that while we're here, customers are going to wait. Maybe I can get you a cup of coffee. It's fresh. We got a Keurig in the back. And I would love a cup of coffee, sure. So he goes back there, he pours me a cup of hot coffee, gives me a bag of pretzels. He's like, do you want a water bottle too? I'm like, I will have a water. Now, I'm like suspicious at this point because I'm like, what's the bill gonna be? Like, I'm always kind of focused on money. But while this is going on, he's also telling me about this van. He says that when he got brought on board with Tesla, Tesla basically said, we want you to design a mobile tire repair unit. We want it to be in a van. Design it for us. There is no limit. You can spend anything you want. And he's like, wait, anything? He's telling me this story. And I'm like, yeah, the sky's the limit. Whatever you want, make your dream van. Bring it to us when you're done. So he said that when he made his first draft of what this van would look like, it would have all of the tire repair equipment in the van. It would have like coffee and water and all that, like a little mini fridge, and it's like solar panels on the top. Like he had these dreams for it. So he brings this plan back to Tesla and he says, okay, here's my plan for the van. And Tesla goes, all right, this is great. Thanks for sharing your dreams. Now let's see if we can make this practical. Like, this is how they work. Like, let's start with the dream. What's the dream? All right, now that we know what the dream is, how can we make it work? And what do we need to cut in order to make this practical and scalable? So this was evidently the result. It was everything he ever dreamed of, minus the solar panels on the top of the van, I guess. It was wicked. He's telling me this while I'm having a cup of coffee. And then he says, let me just check the tire pressure in all of your other tires while we're doing this. So he's going around and checks all the tire pressure. And meanwhile, Bruce he's taking care of the tire. Like they've inspected it. They're figuring out what's wrong. It turns out that it's a pressure flat. There's no way to repair it. It's like totally torn. It has to be totally replaced. But this is taking a while. And meanwhile, I'm having this conversation with Joe. So Joe's going around the car and he's checking the tire pressure and he goes, hey, while I'm doing this, would you like me to shine your tires? And now I'm like, all right, I said I would like that, but what does that cost? And he's like, no, totally complimentary. I mean, and he says this again, and I swear they always say this. They always say this at Tesla. I mean, as far as I know, okay? Maybe not always, but as far as I know, they always say this. He says, we figured we're waiting around anyway. Why not get some other stuff done? That's like their motto. Hey, we're here anyway. Why don't we just fix it? Oh, I'm going to the office anyway. Why don't I just look up your shipment for you? I'm standing around anyway. Why don't I just shine your hubcaps? So I say, sure. And he goes around and he's like, all right, I noticed there are a few like little marks and I've got a solution that can clear those marks. If you want, I can spot clean your car. All right. Let's be real here. How much are you going to charge me when this is all done? And he says, free and complimentary. And I say, sure. So he goes around, he cleans my car. I'm sipping coffee and eating pretzels, and Bruce is taking care of the tire and he's putting it back on my car. He is like, is there anything else that I can do for you? At this point, I'm like, is there anything I can do for you? How can I help you out? Dude, you have made my day. And he says, actually, this is a new service here in San Diego. It would be really nice if you could just give me an email with your honest feedback. So Of course I do that. Joe's really appreciative. The bill was, I know it was more than $200. Maybe $280. It was a tire replacement. All of the service was free. Now look, if you want to be skeptical of that, if you want to say, oh, you know what, probably the tire was only $40 and they charged you $240 for the service and the spot clean and a couple, I don't know, dude. They fixed my tire and they made me really happy. I will pay what it costs. I don't care. I love customer service. That was it. Now I have a good story. Tesla rocks. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, first of all, if you haven't seen the one about the Tesla solar panels, there's some cool stories in there. Yeah, this is my channel about innovation. I guess I like talking about customer service. I also like talking about education. Go ahead and subscribe. That does me a huge favor. Don't forget to like the video, and see you next time.